Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Friday, the 30th of April. So it's the end of week 2 here at school. Only 10 days into the term, but we seem to have managed to cram quite a bit into those short 10 days. And one of those big things was school photos, which we've just finished up in the last hour or so. And all the sibling photos are done, class photos are done on Monday. I'd expect around about a 5 or 6 week lead time on those photos, which should get them back here to school prior to the commencement of the new term. And the other thing that's happened today is we've fallen into our new term 2 sport routine for the students in the primary years. So we've got a number of PWSA groups who are heading off out of the school on buses, and they go off to fixtures around the place with other schools. The school routines happen as normal. So right now outside, sport's happening for those older students. And we also have got school swimming sport. So that's where we've organised some swimming coaches and booked a couple of lanes down at the Edmonton pool. And the kids go down there on the bus with a couple of teachers, and they're working on refining their swim practice. For those students who are 8 years of age and older, who are still learning to swim, there will be a swimming school opportunity later on in the year. Last year's swim school was cancelled due to COVID, but we're fairly confident that'll go ahead this year. Notes should be coming out in the next half term or so. Generally, this is something that happens, the end of November or December, but we're still waiting on those dates to come out. Now, the other thing I noticed today that when I was out and about, I walked past the community room, and this is our pile of found property. So this represents all the stuff that we can't reunite with students in the years 3 through 6. So jumpers, hats, lunch boxes, all sorts of stuff. If you've lost a small child, they could be in there, I suppose. Who would know? But certainly if you've got any lost property around the place, that would be a really good place to start. And there's a similar bin that actually exists up in the infant's end as well. So that's probably only representing about half of what's been found here in the last 10 days. Now, you would have had quite a few notes have gone home over the last couple of days. So the first note that went home would have been all about the Mother's Day stall. So we have that planned for next Wednesday with a catch-up day on Thursday for the other preschool group. There's items there available between $1.50 and $10, and we'll organise a routine so that all of the kids get to go down and they can buy something special for mum or grandma or whoever the person is that they're sharing Mother's Day with. All the details are on that note, and you can find them in the notes home section on the website. We also have a note that went home earlier on this week about the fun run for the K2 students. So they don't participate in cross country. Students under 8 years of age are part of that competition. However, we have some fun stuff that happens at school, and parents, if you'd like to come along and watch, that would be just fantastic. Because it is an event at school, you'll need to come in through the through the Copeland Road gate, because there will be a COVID sign-on, but we're becoming fairly experts at that. So much the same as we've done over the last couple of weeks. So they're the notes that have gone home. Again, they can be found on our website, and they're a really good place to have a bit of a look around just to see if you've missed anything. The other upcoming news we've got is we've got NAPLAN coming up starting in week 4. So this is week 2 we've just finished. So not next week, but the week after. And this year NAPLAN for Lethbridge Park Public School will be online. So the kids will use a computer, and they've had a bit of practice at it a few weeks ago, and actually they did rather well. They were all able to log on and thought it was pretty good fun. So they do writing, reading, numeracy, comprehension tests, just the same as in the other years, but rather than on paper, it'll be on the computer. And the idea would be obviously that we get a range of results that comes back to the school to help us refine how we're supporting the students, to make sure that our teaching is as smart and clever as it possibly can be. And the other thing it does as well is because the kids are measured in year 3 and then 5 and then 7 and then 9, we can work out if they're making the appropriate amount of growth in between each of those gaps. It not only helps us teach the individual student, it helps us look at our whole school practice and to work out in what areas we can do better, because at the end of the day, we all want kids to go home knowing more than they did when they came in the morning. The other units of work that we're working on this term at school will be around child protection. So each year, the teachers work on units of child protection, which looks at the skills of being friends, stranger danger. It talks about, appropriate relationships with people and body parts and that sort of stuff. So that's happening throughout the term, all the way across the school. And the last bit of news I've got is you've probably noticed that we've got a new crossing supervisor. So his name is Warren. So please introduce yourself to him. Warren's been supervising the Copeland Road crossing, but in reality, he actually came here originally to work at the crossing at Mariana. Now, we haven't had a supervisor in Mariana in my time here and probably for a long time before that. And Warren was appointed, but on the same day he was appointed, a vacancy arose out in Copeland, so he was shifted over. But there are a range of vacancies that exist, and whether you're interested or not, I don't know, but there are a range of vacancies that exist for people who might like to go and be a crossing supervisor. And we have got those on our website. So on our screen now, you can see the advertisement for part-time work for anyone that might like to be a crossing supervisor. And you can see it's got all of the requirements. Would be 20 hours of supervising per fortnight. Shifts fall between 8:25, 9:25, and then 2:30 to 3:30 in the afternoon during term time. And as well as at Lethbridge Park, there are another number of other vacancies in other schools around the area. But obviously, I'm pretty keen to get the vacancy at Lethbridge Park filled. So if you'd like to have a look at that, might be something you consider. You can visit jobs.transport.nsw.gov.au. This particular job closes on Sunday, the 9th of May. And we've got this one currently placed on our school website. So you can go in there, click on the PDF file and have a bit of a look over so that you can consider if it might be something that you'd like to do, a bit of income, but also to support the school and our community, which I think would be just fantastic. So other than those messages, hopefully everyone's got a nice weekend planned. We have assembly here this afternoon for students in years 3 to 6, and then we head off for the weekend. So from everybody here at Lethbridge Park, have a fantastic weekend and we'll see you next week.